Welcome back to Crystal Clear Coaching. You're with your host, Crystal Tottenham. That's me. And we are now on the 17th of February. The year of the fire horse has begun if you're into Chinese astrology. Fun fact. So it's supposed to be a galloping year. Excuse the horse puns. I don't really know a ton about it, but everyone that's into it seems to be talking about it. So yeah, sounds fun. We have shed the year of the snake. Look, I love all of the creatures of the world, but some I don't want anywhere near me because they scare me, and snake is one of them. And I'm actually born in the year of the snake, 1989. So technically I'm a snake. And it's funny because now I live in Australia and there are snakes here, like some of the deadliest snakes. And I'm very grateful I haven't come across any yet. And I know if I see them, if I have a moment to gather myself before accidentally stepping on them, I'll just let them be, and hopefully they'll just let me be and it'll be all fine. But it's just if they surprise me and I accidentally step on them because my head is somewhere else, that's what I'm worried about. Anyway, I don't really want to attract them into my life is my point. But really, I keep finding like snake jewelry and snakes on clothing that I'm like, oh, I really like this, but then if I buy something with snakes on it, am I going to attract them? And I was like, I don't want that. So anyway, haven't bought anything with snakes on it yet, but it could happen. Maybe I'll lean into my Aussie vibes eventually. Yes. Don't know why I went on a tangent about that, but hey, you never know what's going to come out of my mouth. Yeah. So we've shed the year of the snake. It feels good. There is all sorts, like societally coming to light in recent weeks, months, years that is alarming, and it's needed to come to light for us to have a rude awakening to wake us up to some of the assholes running the show. And I think I actually heard intuitive reader that I follow talk about how they're hoping that we will use this as a tool to remind ourselves to tune into ourselves and like go to our source to find our information, to find our I don't want to say purpose, but like our way of honing our perspective. I'm saying this very strangely. Anyway, the point is we have so many external things coming at us with the internet. If you're on Instagram, social media, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, YouTube, there is just so many ideas and thoughts and opinions coming at you from left, right and centre, and it's hard to know, well, what actually feels true to you in all that, because we find that we don't allow ourselves to get quiet for very long anymore. I know I struggle with it because I have the best intentions of tuning in with myself first, and then I'll just be like, I'll just quickly check that social media, and then before you know it, an hour's passed and that's time you can never get back, and you're like, did I actually learn anything productive in that hour? Did I at least have like a good full belly laugh of something, or was I just doom scrolling about what's going on in the world in an attempt to stay informed and actually just making myself more miserable? And yeah, like I don't want to live my life just hearing about all those horrendous, atrocious crimes and toxic, awful behaviour. Some of these straight up pedophiles, traffickers, murderers, rapists, like, did, like, what they've done. Like, I think we need justice for the victims. Obviously, I'm talking about the Epstein files now, but we need consequences for the perpetrators. But also, like, how far does it go back? You know, like, there's some alarming information in there, and we all, you know, the good people of the world are just been trying to get our own personal lives going and, like, survive and make it day to day, and, you know, save up for a house or save up for that trip that's important to them, and look after their loved ones, their children, their family, and, you know, that's kept us all busy and just kind of live paycheck to paycheck, or just, you know, a bit more than that, so that we don't look too closely at these dickheads running a lot of the show in really insidious, evil ways. And now we have to hear, like, we have to sit in that awful information on a daily basis at the moment, unless we completely choose to tune out and not be holding these people that need consequences to the consequences of their own awful actions, and not finding healing for the victims that have been in this, in this awful situation, just like longer than they've been alive. Well, not longer, sorry. Longer than, you know, probably times a few since however old they were when they first got pulled into it. It's awful. It's awful. And, okay, this is long story long, not being me. That's why it's so important for us to like, notice when we're getting pulled in too much and actually turning it all off and tuning in with ourselves. And look, I'm very passionate about making sure that I'm still informed, but there's informed, and then there's, like, just leaving you despondent, and then using the attention they're managing to grab off all these platforms, which a lot of these leaders are also in the Epstein files, that the leaders of these platforms, like, maybe not quite as a central part of it, but still, like, the attention they grab off the apps then sells advertising dollars that then makes them money off our attention on the Epstein files to keep ourselves informed. So it's just insidious, like, and so, like, it's a rebellious act to actually choose to have time to yourself, peaceful time, tuning into you, and what's important to you. And if you feel like you've got a bigger purpose that you want to work towards that you haven't been working towards, well, you know, how can we stake that claim? And again, I'm never coming from a high horse here, because I really struggle to show up for myself, to not have my attention mined off these apps. I'm so addicted to them. I won't lie, I'm addicted to them. There's things I love about them, but yeah, sometimes I think back to the 90s and think about how much simpler it was. I would just go to the library, get a ton of books, be a complete nerd. I was also a child. Thankfully, a sheltered, safe child. I had that privilege. These women, now women, these girls and these boys that were victims did not have that privilege. And that's not okay. And yes, I could just turn my head and not hear about it and go, tra la la la, I'm fine, so what does it matter? But I want to help heal the world, and whatever each individual person that comes into contact with my energy in some way, shape or form, whether I meet them or not, whether I'm holding one-on-one space for them in person or I am sharing a video from across the world and will never meet them, if I can help people choose to tune into themselves, so that they can empower themselves to heal whatever they need to heal and choose what is the best for them to focus their energy on and what they want to go for. I'd much prefer to make sure I'm carving out time to tune in, to make sure that I'm showing up in that way. I mean, that's what I feel my purpose is, to help people heal those inner parts of themselves, that relationship with themselves. And thankfully, your mess is your message, my mess is my message, because I love pop culture. I've grown up loving pop cultures. I've worked in film and TV. I have always loved music. I love hearing about everyone's stories, the behind the scenes, whether it's in movies or music or TV or, I also like to put my support behind celebrities that I feel are good people doing good in the world, and it's not all black and white. It's not that cut and dry as to what's good and what's bad. There's sometimes where they're doing good in some aspects but not in others, and they're human too, so that's okay. But I also don't believe anymore, like I used to put people on a pedestal so easily, and celebrity culture was that we would do that, and I think that is changing, that's shifting. We're wanting people that actually have morals and putting good out into the world, and we want to amplify their voices over a celebrity that, as much as I love actors, like, they lie for a living. There is, and there's also, like, don't get me wrong, in film and TV, an actor's performance can, as much as they're lying and faking things, there can be such a truth to the artistry of what they perform and the light they bring to the story that they're telling. So I think I think we need more of, like, truth telling in art instead of the executive teams just trying to figure out what's going to make them the most money and making that more important than the actual storytelling. That's just my little film nerd tangent there, but hey, I would do that. Yeah. So we got to tune into us. We got to prioritize that, because you're the best person in your life. You're the only person in your life that can really make a meaningful difference for you. There can be people that influence you and your decisions, good or bad, in a good or bad way, to be honest. But only you can actually take the action for you to create the life that you want. And God, that's annoying sometimes, isn't it? Sometimes I'm like, can someone just show up and, like, save me in all the ways I need to be saved from myself and my own self-sabotage? That would be great. But no, you've got you and yourself for the rest of your life. You're the only person that's been with you right from the start and will be with yourself right to the end. So you should love up on yourself. You should nurture yourself, tune into yourself, prioritize yourself in clearing your space and your peace and finding your purpose. Even if your purpose is just getting up and enjoying a rad sunrise on a regular basis, or being a great auntie, or being a great mum or dad, or maybe you really love the work that you're doing in the world and there's a sense of purpose to that. But also, if it is attached to a job that you might not necessarily have forever, you don't have control over how long you have it, if you're externally working for someone else, how can you nurture also more things in your life that are going to cultivate that sense of inner worth and self-respect when so that if that thing goes away in your life, you still find your purpose in that same purpose in other ways, if you are still actively living and aligning with that purpose, because maybe it grows and changes and it shifts and it becomes a different thing, and maybe your purpose in your 20s is different than your purpose in your 30s and your 40s and 50s and whatever, but it takes us tuning into ourselves on a regular basis to realize when that shifts and changes. So yeah, I'm going to end this with just like a little tune in for us to help us remember the most important person in our lives. It's you for you, but me for me. It is us, ourselves. So take a deep breath in. If you're in the space to close your eyes, please do. Hold at the top and exhale side out if you want. Longer than you inhale. 2 more. Hold. Drop your shoulders. 1 more. Hold. Exhale. Let it all go. Shake it out if you want. And let your breathing return to normal. Feel your feet ground into the earth or the seat below you. And just feel like a stream of light coming from the sky, the heavens, straight down through all your chakras. Just a white glowing light that shines through and cleanses and heals you, your vessel, and grounds you then again with those roots into the earth, to the seat below you. 1 more deep breath in. And this cleanse energy. And sigh it out. Now, if you're still here with your eyes closed, just consider what would be in your best and highest for you to do today towards your purpose, to what's meaningful for you. Deep breath in. And open your eyes when you're ready. Let it out. So you can do that kind of little meditation for yourself, with yourself, without having to hunt for digital things, digital recordings, which might be awesome, but might distract you, or you get distracted by something else in order to look for them, which I am speaking from experience here. This is all I do. I need to meditate frequently, and I end up getting distracted because there's lots of wonderful things on YouTube to meditate with, but I gotta not get distracted by all the things on YouTube, which is very hard for me. And many of us. So the more that we can actually activate and tune in with ourselves, for ourselves, with no external things required, the more that we're going to be able to do it quickly, easily, and there'll be less barriers to making it happen. So yeah, I hope you discovered something for yourself. And if you didn't, you know, even just having a clear channel, it all helps. And you go do you. Yeah. Not what all the external things are telling you. Just go do you. And show up with love and light. Yes, I just said love and light. It's still good, even if it's a little cheesy. And just show up being abundantly you, in the most like core version of yourself. That's it. Like, what's at your core? What's at your core today? If it's a hard day at your core, that's okay. If it's a good day at your core, amazing. Embrace it. Go be too much in the world. If you've ever been called too much, but also somehow not enough at the same time. Hopefully you get me. Let's just lean into it and be too much, because people are probably just jealous they call us too much. And if they're not, well, that's the dark kind of little small-minded life they live. We don't need to live it. If it's bringing us joy, we should just follow it. If it's exciting us, we should embrace it. Enthusiasm should be nourished and nurtured and celebrated. So let's celebrate it. And if someone tries to tone down your enthusiasm, just consider who that's coming from and whether you actually want to take that on board from that person. Because I would say 99.9% of the time, if someone's trying to dull my enthusiasm, I don't really want to listen to that person. Like, send them love. Hope they find out for themselves that it's kind of gross, like, to yuck someone's yum like that. But anyway, I just think we should embrace enthusiasm and embrace tuning into ourselves. Anyway, I am waxing poetic again, but this is what I do. So before my computer dies, I will say sayonara, but we'll see you again tomorrow, and I hope you find strength today to tune into you. I know that I had more to say, but I'll just say it tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, see you later.